Hi guys, welcome back to A Greater Gorgeous. A couple of things. First of all, if you haven't noticed from my changing backgrounds, I am trying to find the best spot in the house to film my videos. I don't have any professional lighting, so I really look for the spots in the house that have the best natural light. So apologies that I'm constantly changing while I'm trying to find the best spot. I also apologize that it's kind of dark in here right now. It is storming outside. It's been rainy all morning, and I really just wanted to sort of get this done, so hopefully this will be bright enough. I'm not doing any makeup today, so I figured it wasn't a big deal. And that might have been all of my announcements. I don't think there was anything else. So what I wanted to do today is just talk to you about the new brushes that I got recently from Real Techniques. I think I mentioned it on the blog that I was getting them or that I had gotten them, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about them. So if you have ever heard of Pixie Woo, which hopefully you have if you read my blog, because I talk about them because I love them. It's Sam and Nick Chapman. They are makeup artists in England, and they do makeup by profession, but they also make makeup videos and tutorials. They also have a makeup blog, and they've been doing it for years. So they have tons and tons of, like, hundreds of videos. It is like magic. It's just, there's so many videos, there's so much to watch, there are so many options, so many looks. They do tons of celebrity looks. They do lots of basics, teach you how to do your foundation, how to do false eyelashes, how to do this and that. I mean, it's just, they're great. What I recommend if you watch their videos is to click playlists so that you can see all their videos grouped into categories, because there are so many that, you know, it's really hard to sift through them all. But if you see them grouped into categories, you can watch the ones you want to watch and not watch the ones you don't want to watch. So anyway, that was totally a huge tangent. Not really, but that was a long explanation to tell you that one of the sisters, excuse me, Sam Chapman, developed these makeup brushes called Real Techniques. So I just decided to give them a try and bought almost all of them. So I wanted to tell you about them today. I'm not going to tell you about every single brush because there are tons of, I mean, not tons of them, but enough that I think you would get kind of bored. So what I'm going to do is just tell you about the ones that I've been using every day and the ones that I love, and I'm going to warn you that that doesn't mean it's going to be short. I mean, it's still I got a lot of brushes and I like a lot of them, so I'm going to tell you about all of them. First, let me just tell you real quick, I am wearing Cargo eyeshadow palette in Cool Neutral on my eyes. I've also got L'Oreal Infallible Gel Liner. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera around. This table is a little shaky. I'm wearing Bobbi Brown Pale Pink on my cheeks. And then on my lips, I'm kind of trying out some fall colors. I think I'm really going to like the sort of wines and plums and deep reds like that. So today I am wearing Mauve Mania. It's a Maybelline color. And then I'm also wearing Plum Luster, which is a Maybelline gloss on top of it. When it's cool outside, it's been cool for the last couple of days. It's rainy this morning. It's August. I don't know what's going on, but August is when I really start getting excited for the fall, because it's just, I love the fall. It's my favorite season. So anyway, we're off on another tangent because I am all over the place this morning. So let me tell you about the brushes. I have said in the past that the Sigma F80 is my holy grail brush. It is no longer. I mean, I really like it, but it's falling apart. It grabs onto my makeup and keeps so much makeup in the brush and doesn't put enough on my face. I feel like I have to use a ton of makeup to get it on, and I cannot get it clean to save my life. It drives me nuts and it feels so dirty. And I'm sure maybe if I had a new one, I could start fresh, but for now I'm just looking for other brushes that work just as well or work well to put my foundation on. So what I love, and this is a little wet right now because I just cleaned it, so even though it looks gunky and like it's kind of clumping, it's not. This is the Expert Face Brush. This is a short, dense brush like the Sigma Kabuki brushes. It's like a Kabuki brush, and it's domed, and I really like the way that the domed shape kind of blends my foundation as I'm putting it on, and it does not grab onto my foundation. It doesn't get super clunky. It doesn't get super chunky. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't grab onto my makeup and hold it and glumpy. I don't know what word I was going for. there is a word, clumpy? Maybe it was clumpy. I feel like I've used this word already in this video, so it's kind of silly that I can't even think of the word now. Gunky? Gunky. I think gunky is what I was looking for. Anyway, so it doesn't get gunky with makeup. It really, I'm sorry, now this is just kind of a disaster. It cleans very easily, and it puts my makeup on my face instead of holding on to it. Really love this brush. I really better just move on. Next up is powder brush. This is a huge brush and I love it. It's not any bigger than any other powder brush or, you know, big fluffy powder brush, but I haven't had a big fluffy powder brush in a long time. So I really love this. It feels so good on my face. I love putting powder on with this brush. Love it. Sometimes I also put powder on with the multitask brush. And this is a little bit smaller. You can see the size difference there. This is good for powder in a more controlled way when I'm not just kind of throwing it all over my face. This is also really good for bronzer when you're trying to give yourself a tan. This is good. I wouldn't use it for contouring. You could use it for contouring, but I use it when I'm, you know, going to be sweeping it across my cheeks and across my forehead and anywhere that the sun would hit me so that I look like I've been out in the sun. So I love the multitask brush. If I were contouring though, I would use the contour brush. So you can see all the size differences here. Contour brush on the left, this is the multitask brush, and the powder brush. The contour brush is a really good shape for fitting right in the hollows of your cheek and going exactly where you need it to, and, you know, down the sides of your nose to really get a great contour. So I love this brush. And I do also use it sometimes for blush. And that's what I really like about these brushes is you can use them for multiple things. You don't have to, like, this isn't only good for contouring and this isn't only good for powder. It's really, you use them what works best for you. And that's what I love about these. So the contour brush I use for blush sometimes, but more often than not I use the blush brush, which is misshapen right now, and I apologize. It's like I said, I just cleaned these brushes so they're not totally dry. This is the blush brush. It doesn't look too misshapen there. It looks misshapen when you go this way. This has a little bit of a point. First of all, let me say, this is the biggest blush brush I've ever seen. This is it compared to the powder brush. And I talked about how big this is, big fluffy powder brush. This is the blush brush. It's not that much smaller. But I love that. So what you do is you load just the tip with your blush with the product, and then the shorter bristles around it, blend it into your skin. So you really get a very pretty blended blush look. Love it. And did you notice how I didn't mess up blush and brush? And then there's also the setting brush, which is even smaller. Contour brush, setting brush, multitask brush, blush brush, powder brush, in order of size. The setting brush is really great. It's a little bit pointed and a little bit flat, and so it's really good for putting powder under your eyes. If you want your concealer to stay in place all day, this is what you want. You want this under your eyes. It's fantastic. And this is also good for like around your nose. And then next up is the detailing brush. Detailer brush? Detailing brush? Detailer brush. Detailer brush, which is really good for applying lipstick, and also I really like it for applying color under my eyes. It's also good for just blending color under my eyes. So this is a really good multitasking brush. It's probably good for like right inside here too. Next up is all of the eye brushes. The Deluxe Crease Brush, which I feel is very good for blending. I probably wouldn't put color on this and put color on my crease with this because it's kind of big. I don't know if you can tell how big it is, but I don't have a very large area between my between my lash line and my brow. I don't have high brows or anything. If you look at some other makeup artists like Jaclyn Hill or Kandee Johnson, they've got especially Kandee Johnson, she's got a very big, beautiful area above her eye between her lash line and her brows, where she can just do so much with color, and this would probably be perfect for putting color in her crease, but it would put color kind of all over my eye if I use this. So this is better for blending, and I really like it for blending. There is also the Base Shadow Brush, which is very good for applying your color up near the brow bone, or down here if you're applying just kind of your base color. hence the name Base Shadow Brush. That's a really good brush for that. Similar to the detailer brush, but a little bit shorter. This is the accent brush, and this is also going to be very good for under the eyes or the inner corner or along the lash line. This I would probably like for eyeliner as well. Like gel eyeliner probably is what I would use that for. And then last but not least in the starter set is the brow brush. So this is really good for applying powder brows. This is good for applying powder to your brows. And my only complaint about this one is that it's a little bit, I don't know if you want to say thick or wide. It doesn't really come to a point right here. So I don't know if you can see that, but you see how kind of thick it is? If you have thin brows on the end, this might be a little too thick for you, but it will depend on your brows. The last two are two more eye brushes that I got separately. They were not in a set. First is the Lash Brow Groomer, which I super love. What kind of brushes did I just say these were? These are eye brushes. I might have said brow brushes or lash brushes. I'm not sure. These are eye brushes. I might have said eye brushes, and in which case I sound really crazy right now. The Lash Brow Groomer, this is great. This is a very common brush. You've probably seen this before. You may have one. You probably have one. The brushy side is good for your eyebrows and making sure that they're in place, and then the other side is meant for combing your lashes. Now the thing I like about this particular one, and I apologize because this is a little bit dirty, is that it's a metal comb. Can you see that? Plastic combs get really gunky and they're kind of thick and not very good at brushing through your lashes. But I really like the metal comb. The metal comb really brushes through them very well. So, and there's also a little lid for the metal part so that you don't get stabbed when you're rooting around in your makeup bag looking for it or looking for something else. And then last is the domed shadow brush. This is what I have been using to blend in the crease. I've also been using it to blend my color under here, and I've also used it to apply concealer. So another brush that would probably be good for that is the Deluxe Crease Brush, which I was talking about before, which I know Sam and Nick Chapman use a lot to apply their concealer. So those are all the brushes that I have been really, really loving. I definitely think you should try out Real Techniques. If I had to pick one brush for you to try, can I pick two? I would probably say the Expert Face Brush and the Contour Brush. I really love all of the brushes, but if you apply your foundation with a brush, this is a really great brush. It also stands up. I don't know how that's helpful, but it does. And the Contour Brush. The Contour Brush is a really, really good brush for contouring. So those are probably my two favorites. Anyway, so I just wanted to tell you about those. I hope that you will check them out. You can get them from realtechniques.com. You can get them from Amazon. If you have a Prime account, you can get them free shipping in 2 days, which is really nice. You can also get them from Ulta, which is where I got most of mine, and you can get them from Bed Bath & Beyond. Definitely check out PixieWoo on YouTube. They're fantastic. It's Pixiwoo. I really want to be them because they're British, and I've always wanted to be British. And they're just, oh, there's so many videos. There's so many videos. I love it. And please visit me on my blog, agreatergorgeous.com. You can ask me any question you want about beauty straight through the blog. You can email me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Tumblr. And I'm a hairstylist by day, so even though I do a lot of makeup on the blog, I do hair all day, every day. So feel free to ask me any questions about hair as well. And I hope to speak with you soon, and have a great day. Bye!